Darth Maul versus Darth Vader. Who wins? Today I'll be putting these two Sith Lords against one another to see who will come out on top. I'll start off by comparing their abilities, and then I'll do a fictional battle at the end, so make sure to stick around for that. First off, let's look at their lightsaber style and skills. Darth Vader uses Form 5, Jamso, the Perseverance form, which is also used for strong and powerful attacks. This suits Vader since he's more machine now than man, and he's very big and strong. Even with just one hand, his attacks are stronger than most people's with two. This form is also very good since he is slow, and so he couldn't use the likes of Form 4 or 7. This form is very powerful and aggressive, yet after doing a powerful attack, the user would normally block and parry an incoming attack. It is very versatile as it is good for both offense and defense. Darth Maul uses Form 7, Juyo, the Ferocity form, which primarily uses the Force. Unlike the other forms of lightsaber combat, Form 7 doesn't have any speciality. This form practitioner gives themselves up to the Force and uses their emotions as fuel. This is great for Darth Maul as he's always angry, and he can just let that anger out to produce more power and speed. This is the primary thing that makes Maul so dangerous. All his anger builds up and then comes out when he fights. And this is also a very aggressive form, and it's even more aggressive than Form 5. He's able to be a lot faster than Vader with his lightsaber, but not as strong. Overall, I'd say that Form 7 is better than Form 5, and its practitioners are pretty similar in both. So for this category, I'm giving the point to Darth Maul. Next up is Force abilities. Vader's very powerful in the Force, but not very skilled in it. He doesn't have many Force abilities such as Force Lightning, yet the ones that he has, he's really good at them. I mean like really powerful. His Force Choke, Pull, and Crush are some of the most powerful ever in the galaxy. I mean just look at this. Darth Maul's Force abilities are pretty similar to Vader in terms of just skill, but they're slightly weaker than Vader's. This is not to say that Darth Maul isn't powerful in the Force, it's just that Vader is that powerful. So for this category, Vader clearly gets the point, and is more powerful in the Force than Darth Maul. The next category is Speed and Agility, and now this one's a no-brainer. Darth Maul is very fast and agile, and is able to move all over the place. Whether that's from side to side, flipping all over the place, or just general movement, Darth Maul is very fast. It is one of his best attributes. Vader, on the other hand, is really slow. I mean, he's basically a robot, and not one that's fast. While Vader is really powerful in terms of strength, his speed is nowhere to be found. His strength does make up for his speed, which is why he uses Form 5, but still his overall mobility is really not there, so Darth Maul gets the point for this one. However, when it comes to intelligence, Darth Vader comes out on top. Vader is very smart, unlike Anakin, and he has learned from his mistakes. When it comes to fighting IQ, Vader's up there of one of the highest. He has fought so many Jedi and has always come out on top. He clearly knows something about fighting and how to win a fight more than anyone else. Maul, on the other hand, doesn't use his brain much in a fight. He lets his emotions dictate his actions, which can be very good and overwhelming for a lot of opponents, but that won't work with Vader. It is great as it works perfectly alongside his lightsaber form, but when faced against a real opponent who thinks well, he is no match for them, which is why Obi-Wan easily beat Maul in Rebels. As time went on, he got a bit better with his fighting IQ, but nowhere near Vader's, so for that, Vader also wins this category. The last category is Strength, and again for this one, Vader clearly has the edge. He's big and in part machine. He's even stronger than Grievous, and he was pretty strong. On top of this, he uses Form 5, which is the form for strong and powerful strikes. Don't get me wrong, Maul is still very strong, especially that his rage fuels him, but it doesn't come close to Vader's. So for that reason, Vader gets the point on this one, and with that, Vader wins 3-2. But let's look at how the battle would play out, and if Darth Vader would actually win. I'll be taking Vader from Rebels time, and Maul from his peak just before the end of the Clone Wars. They meet at the top of the temple on Malachor. Maul is furious, as Vader stole his spot as apprentice and caused Maul to lose his power on Mandalore. Maul being very angry and aggressive, he turns his double-bladed lightsaber on, and he attacks the big Sith Lord. Vader easily blocks his attacks with one arm. For the most part, Maul is on the offensive and Vader on defense. However, after a few more attacks from Maul, Vader is able to parry and now go on the offensive. Maul is quick and he's able to move and slightly block, but it is hard as Vader's attacks are so powerful. Maul is backing up and Vader keeps attacking. Maul tries to parry and counter, but Vader doesn't give him a chance to. Immediately after Maul counters, Vader is able to parry and attack again. Vader's strikes are getting more and more powerful, and there's no sign of them slowing down. Maul is able to keep up for now, but the key word is for now. If Vader is able to keep this up without fault, Maul is done for. Vader keeps this up for 15 seconds, and Maul is starting to get sloppy. With that, Vader attacks from the right, now from the left, and from the right again, and with this blow cutting his bottom saber. Maul only has one saber left, but he manages to get away from Vader's attacks for a few seconds. This is his only chance now. He charges as Vader, going as fast as possible, but to no prevail. Vader is able to see the moves ahead of time through the Force, so Maul's attacks don't have the element of surprise. Vader goes back on the offense. Maul is now close to the edge, and he could fall any minute from now. Knowing that he's unmatched, he jumps down as he sees the platform to land on. While in the middle of his fall, Maul stops in midair and slowly going back up. He looks up and sees Vader with his hand out, pulling him back. The fight is not over yet. I hope you did not believe you could escape so easily. Maul is freaking out. He gets back on land, and Vader is more powerful than ever. He's completely destroying Maul. He attacks from the right and the left. Now a crazy powerful strike goes right through onto Maul's head, slicing him in half, just like Obi-Wan did on Tatooine. And that is what would happen if these two Sith fought. Vader would win, as he is just too powerful for Maul, in both strength and the Force, and Maul's speed is unable to make up for that. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Click the video on screen to see more fantasy battles. And apart from that, have a great day.